Well, the other thing is if you can get to a point where people know that you know others, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, I had a window replacement company guy call me last week, and just somebody I had met somewhere, and he goes, "Hey, do you know a mold guy anywhere?" You know, people say that if anybody knows a good vendor, you would know it, and I didn't know the window guy. You know, I mean, I may have met him one time somewhere. You know, and he says, "Do you know a good mold guy?" And you know, I don't mind being that networker, you know,
Right.
because when you're a networker, what that does is it feeds into other business, you know, and just being that source that people need. Yeah. People will call me up from time to time and they'll say, "Do you know a good property manager?" Yeah, I do. Now, I want to tell you, I never say, "No, I don't know someone."
Right.
Okay. What I do is I say, "Give me a few minutes and I'll call you right back." And
There
man,
you go.
I don't care. It used to be the yellow pages, you know, I just look at there and put my finger in to find somebody, but I would get the answers for them. So property managers, I tell them, say, "Yeah, I know a great one." Now, I never, what you do then is you don't just give them the name and phone number. What you do is say, "Let me make a phone call for you and I'll have them call you." Okay. And I call the property manager, the guy I used to use, his name was John Haas. I called John up. "Hey, I got somebody that wants to, they're looking for a manager." And he'll say, "Who is it?" So what I do is I'll do that first call first. It gives me an opportunity to make a conversation, you know, with that property manager. Now, here's what happens when you deal with property managers. If you give them business to manage properties, guess what? They'll call you when they know those properties are going to come up for sale. You
That's
know,
right.
they'll say, "Hey, you remember those folks out there that you referred to me 4 or 5 years ago? They're ready to sell the property. You know, are you interested in listing it?" "Oh yeah, oh yeah." And you know what it was? If I had just given that prospect John's number, there would have been a private conversation that I wouldn't have been involved in. But making that first call for them to network them together, everything starts joining together when they look for more business that I do for them. Does that make
That's
sense?
building your influence with those influencers, right?
That's right. Yeah, yeah. So stay in the conversation as much as you can. Yeah.